Hi guys. So I wanted to give you all some good beginning movement exercises for your upper body post mastectomy. This is always a work in progress. We don't want to push any of the stretches to the point where it actually is painful or where you're compromising any of the stitches. But this is a good progressive way to start getting the movement back in your upper body and to feel like you kind of own your body again. So another thing that we're looking to prevent is lymphedema. That is some increased swelling from possibly if you've had any lymph nodes removed. So there are some exercises that you can do to prevent that or to help kind of pull it backwards if you do have some of that swelling happening, because when the swelling fills up into the fingertips, unfortunately it can't go out the fingertips. It has to get absorbed back into the body. So we want to get the whole body kind of working again to absorb some of that fluid and create any pooling. So our first exercise for today is just very simple diaphragmatic breathing. That helps with your lymphedema, that helps with calming your nervous system, and it's a great way to really be mind-body aware and take the time out for yourself for a couple of moments throughout the day. So it's almost the opposite of what you would think in normal breathing. So when you breathe, you're actually going to be pushing your belly out when you breathe in. So you're getting your diaphragm to open up nice and big, and you want to increase oxygen. The oxygen helps heal the body. So we're going to take nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and as you pull in, you're going to open up that belly. You're going to push your belly button out. I like to do these either laying down or you can do them seated in a chair. So as I breathe in, I'm letting my belly expand. My belly button comes out. Push your lips together and exhale it out. So you want to do these about 10 times, about 3 times a day. And this, again, is just like a little bit of a kind of break for you, mind-body awareness, and a great way to get your body the most amount of oxygen it can possibly get. In, feel on your belly button, your stomach expanding. Exhale it out, and release. Good job. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, so when we have any surgery, obviously there are stitches involved, and usually because we're kind of being cautious, we're pulling our body forward, you start to tighten up and you come this way, and you could kind of have some rounded shoulder happening. So we want to work against that. We don't need to be so protective over time. This is going to heal. We want to go back to our normal posture. The skin is starting to stretch, especially if you've had any reconstructive work done. So you want to work on some shoulder rolls where you're taking your shoulders and pressing them back. So if you look from the side, you're pulling your shoulders back, opening up, nice and gently, and obviously working with your breath. Just pull it open. You don't want anything too extreme and anything too rapid. Just pull back, open up, and as this becomes more comfortable, you're going to start pulling your shoulder blades together a little bit stronger. So you want to almost pretend like you have a tennis ball in between these shoulder blades, and you're looking to squeeze the tennis ball and then release. And again, you want to do this about 10 times. Working your breath. Each time you may feel a little bit more of an opening. If this feels too much in the front body, that's okay. Don't come as extreme, but this will also help with lymphedema. Opening yourself up and release. If you feel any pulling, I want you to stop, reconnect with your body, and see if you can try it a little less aggressive. Our third exercise is going to be shoulder abduction. So again, if you feel any pulling, I want you to step. So you're going to raise those arms up. And you can do this single arm or with both. Again, too much, you just come a little lower down and then you release. So you're going to come slowly lifting up. Again with your breath and then release. Exhale it out. Breathe. Lift it up. And release. Again, 10 times. When you're done, reevaluate, see how you're feeling. This will also help with that lymphedema because you're moving the arms, you're taking the blood, you're moving, you know, I'm assuming most people become very stagnant. You kind of get kind of still and you are letting all of this pull down. So once we start lifting the arms up, we're creating some movement again and allowing the blood to go in different places and allowing some of that fluid to kind of get reabsorbed into the body. Okay, next exercise is going to be where you're going to pull your elbows back and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So here you want to pull back. From the side it looks like this. You want to pull your shoulders back. You're going to pull those elbows back and then release. So this is going to re-engage your lats. Start to create that awareness back into your serratus, opening up from the chest. Again, if this is too much, you just go a little less aggressive, but you still want to keep kind of pulling those elbows back towards each other. Even if they're not going very far, you're still working on bringing your latissimus dorsi back involved. You know, you're creating an opening in the front body, working on breathing, and then release. Again, you're going to do that 10 times. This next exercise is kind of silly. It's kind of like a chicken dance. You're going to bring your arms up and down, working on breath. This also is going to help with lymphedema. And work on your breath. Again, you want to do this nice and slow. You don't need to do this fast at all. You just want to kind of create the lift. And you may see each time, if you're watching yourself in the mirror, which hopefully you are, you're going to bring your arms and your elbows should maybe be able to come a little higher each time. You'll feel a little bit more of a ability to lift those elbows up. Again, any increased pulling, any discomfort, I want you to back off. And exhale it down. Okay, so you do that about 10 times. Our next exercise is going to be bringing your hands behind your neck. Now this may be extremely tough at the beginning. That makes sense. But I want you to work at even just bringing your hands up towards your neck. Eventually, you will be able to meet your hands behind your neck and you're going to pull your elbows back and then release. Again, pull your elbows back. Again, breathing while you're doing this. You don't want any extreme motion, especially when you're first starting these exercises. You want to go nice and gentle, be good to your body. Exhale it out. Again, you may feel your rear deltoids, the backs of your shoulders starting to engage. That's all good. We want to start creating some body and muscle awareness in the back of your body. I'm going to do that 10 times, and then we're going to go over to the wall. So the next few exercises, you need a wall. You're going to take these gradually, and as you get more comfortable, you can get further up the wall. But you want to face the wall and kind of just give me some wall walks. You can do it with both hands at the same time. Walk it up and slowly walk it down. As you get increased flexibility, you can walk yourself closer to the wall so that you have more room to walk up and then walk down. So eventually you should be pretty close to that wall, and that could take time. And then walk down. And again, this will help with your lymphedema as well. Our next exercise is back to that shoulder abduction. You're going to do that same thing, a wall walk, but from the side. You're going to walk it up, and you're going to feel some pulling, maybe especially if you've had an axillary dissection, or if you have axillary web syndrome, where you have a pulling going on. You want to start nice and slow, and you may only come up to shoulder height. You may not even get to shoulder height to start out. That's okay. And then you walk down. But eventually, you're going to work on walking your hand as high as you can. Again, working on your breath, and then walk it slowly down. Walk your hands up. And obviously, you want to do this on both sides if you've had the surgery on both sides. 10 times. With each day that you progress, you may find yourself getting closer to that wall and the ability to get higher and reach further up the wall. Again, if you feel any tightness in here, which could be axillary web syndrome or just that tightness, you want to go nice and slow, but you do want to eventually stretch that out. You don't want to give in to the tightness. You want to kind of pull away from it and work at that. That's also going to help with your lymphedema and create some movement, some more fluidity in the upper body. The last few things are going to be when you've done these exercises probably for a couple of weeks and you feel ready to progress to something a little bit more. You are going to start working on opening up your chest. And this could be scary at first because you know, this is all new. So I want you to go really slowly. You're going to find like either a catty corner wall or some little edge, and you're going to kind of just lean into it, opening up yourself, leaning into the wall, and then push away. So, let me show you that better. Again, you're going to lean into the wall. You're going to trust yourself. It's kind of like a trust fall. You're going to lean, but don't go too aggressive, and then push back. And again, this is going to take time. You're going to slowly come all the way in. As you get stronger, as you feel more confident, you're going to bring your chest further towards that corner of the wall. Again, the second you feel too much pulling in the delts, the shoulders, you want to back off, but know that you can work at it and you're going to get better and better every time you take the time for yourself, which is so important, to try to open up your body. You have to get back, you have to get yourself comfortable again with the whole body moving as one and not feeling this kind of stiffness and feeling like everything's moving from the waist down. The last thing that we're going to do is you're going to take your hands, and depending on if you've had both sides reconstructed, both had a mastectomy on both sides or one, you are going to start with one hand holding on the other, and you're going to start with a pullback. Now, you're opening up to start, and then you're going to work on some internal rotation. So you're going to bring your arm up, holding on to one. You may only come to the belt line at first, and then slowly bring it down. Eventually, you can bring the arm further up the back, depending on the flexibility and your comfort level. Again, you don't want to rush to do anything at first. We want to slowly get there, working on breathing. And again, this is internal rotation, so this is kind of probably the last step of all the stretches in terms of where you can be really comfortable in your skin again. You don't want to do this at the first time that you are working on stretching your upper body, because you are going to feel more tender and you may feel fearful, and that is all completely understandable. Again, you want to switch hands, and then you may see one side is tighter than the other. You may only come to the belt line, and then release. Or when you're ready, you're going to bring it further up, holding on, little tighter. The second you feel a pull that feels too aggressive, I want you to release it and know that you've done enough. Again, this is a work in progress. This is important time for you because you have been through a lot, and I know first experience how frightening all of this is, and it is really important for you to stay mind-body aware and give yourself the time every day to work on these stretches. It will make you feel so much more a part of yourself again and more confident. Be well.